In this problem, we are to find the final amount of money in an account if $9,400 is deposited at 2% interest compounded annually and the money is left for 5 years. Because the way the book is ordered, you probably do not know how to change a percentage into a growth factor, so I'm going to explain it in a different way. I'm not really big on formulas, so I'm going to try to understand why this makes sense. But what you want to do is take the starting amount of money. In this case, it's $9,400, but it doesn't really matter what the amount is. Whatever you start with, and you want to multiply by parentheses 1 plus whatever the interest rate is as a decimal, and then raise that to the number of compoundings. Let me just plug the numbers in here and see if I can explain why this works. Our starting amount is $9,400, and then parentheses 1 plus our rate as a decimal, 2% as a decimal, is 0.02. To convert a percent into a decimal, you need to move the decimal to the left 2 places. So the number 2, if I had to put a decimal point, would be right here. If you move it left once, it would be there. Moving it left a second time would put a 0 there. So 0.02 is my rate. Let me show you what we have so far. If you were to use the distributive property and take 9,400 and distribute, the 9,400 times the 1 would keep the original amount of money, and that's the reason for the 1. We want to keep our 9,400, but we want to add to it 2%. Well, how do you find 2%? You take 9,400 and you multiply by 0.02. So these actually have two different meanings here, or reasons for being. The 1 is there to keep the original $9,400, and then the 0.02 is there to increase it by 2%. So hopefully that kind of explains what the 1 is doing there. So we want to do this 5 times because it's left in there for 5 years, and it says the 2% interest is compounded annually, meaning at the end of every year they're going to apply the 2% growth, and they're going to do this for 5 years. So every time we multiply by 1.02, it's going to increase this number by 2%, but we need to do that every year for 5 years, so we raise it to the 5th power. So over here in the calculator, turn your calculator on. You type in 9,400, left parenthesis. You can just write 1.02 instead of 1 plus 0.02, and then use the caret key to raise to the 5th power. Press enter. Remember that it said to round to 2 decimal places, so my answer in dollars and cents would be $10,378. And then banks would never do this, but you're going to be rounding up instead of 0.35, since the digit past the 5 is a 9. 9 is bigger than 5, so we're going to round this 5 to a 6. And we're going to say 36 cents, but I doubt any bank's going to give you more money that you earn, so in reality it's probably 35 cents. But for the purpose of this problem, I would type that in.